Tell the people who Nino Cappuccino is.
Nino Cappuccino. First and foremost, I thank God that I'm a son of God. And I've given that part of me and myself back to my Father God. And that I'm a devoted father. That's first and foremost. Nino Cappuccino is an aspiring man, a strong black man, a strong king, a leader. Soon, I'm knocking back on the industry door as far as my acting career, producing, directing, and writing. Niggas better get ready, man. Bow. Besides your head. Watch. We are taught to serve God. I'm going to say this first and foremost. Again, shout out to my dog. 18 years. I've been fucking with him 18 years, knowing him 18 years. Shout out to my boy, man. Suge, Maryland Knight, man. Simon, man. My boy, man. The dude was a very powerful dude, man. I respect him just like he respect me to the fullest. And what gives us each other that monument of respect was, even back then when he was at his peak, what I don't respect about the industry, and all you fake ass niggas in the industry today, and a lot of you niggas, what I don't respect is you punk cowards wouldn't tell that man that in 1990, you wouldn't dare walk up to that same fat man smoking a cigar, surrounded by 30 head busters, and say shit to Suge. Not one word. It was some real ass whooping going on back then. I'm going to say that, man. And again, a lot of you fuckers in the industry right now today, you know the truth and know the real, because some of you niggas was a part of them real ass whoopers and DPs. And a lot of cats on camera today talking about, oh, this wasn't happening to me, or it didn't happen to me like this, didn't happen. Man, boy, listen. The right individual come around, boy, cut that right check. I give it all to you, uncut, unraw, boy. All to you, boy, because I seen ass whoopers. I done seen niggas at the round table get punked and shut down and the whole nine, man. Feel me?
I know you said that's some like real information. Can you give us a little bit of taste on tease? Can you give us one example at least?
All right. Prime example. We had a run-in one year where Simon and Big Luke, man, you know, shout out to Big Luke, man. Another big mogul in the game. Luke, man, from Miami, man, you know, freaky Luke. Him and Simon ended up getting into it. And so one year, during the Freaknik, man, Luke sent in about 3 different colleges on us, man. College boys, man. These niggas is like 6'9", 6'6", 6'7", 350, 380. Every bit of it wasn't nothing under 200. And it was about at least 40 of them. And he sent them on us, man, and we in the hotel. So we squabbling, protect, you know, at this time, Dogg Pound, Snoop Dogg was the hottest artist on the label at that time. Snoop, Lady of Rage, all them. So we in this big-ass hotel, we squabbling with all these damn football players, man, to protect, you know, Death Row assets, which was DPG at the time, Dogg Pound Gangsters and Snoop Dogg. So we got them to the roof, to a helicopter and everything before they be able to get up out of there. So the next following year, they was talking about canceling Freaknik and whatnot. So, the waited a year, the next year, Simon fucked around and called a meeting, and he called about at least 9 of the most notorious neighborhoods in Los Angeles. He called about 9 shot callers and representatives from each hood to Death Row to a meeting. And he called a meeting and he told each one of those individuals, you know, to bring at least about 10 to 15 soldiers with you. I want to fly everybody out to Miami for the Freaknik. Mm-hmm. So basically, he put a regime together, man, Bloods and Crips, from various of neighborhoods in Los Angeles City. And he flew about 115 to 120 individuals. I bullshit you not. 2 airplanes booked up with nothing but LA gang members flying out of here to Miami for 3 days and 3 nights, man, for the whole Freaknik weekend. There is no respect in the game no more, bro. So I don't respect these punks who didn't have the heart to tell that man then when he was at his peak, before he got crippled, all busted all down, because every warrior has his day at some point, bro. Every warrior, bro. We can't win them all. So I'm saying, me, I'm still standing. I'm still living amongst the living. I'm still that warrior. But at some point in my life, bro, I know I'm going to be at that peak where, you know, if I come to the mix where I may have a battle and lose that battle. That was just my day. But my thing I say to that is, again, I don't respect it because niggas didn't have the heart to respect him. They didn't have the heart to say nothing to him in his face. They didn't have the heart to walk up on him, found him. None of that. Only us real ones who still out here today, the ones who got that respect from him. That's why we got that respect, because we demanded it, bro. And he was so sharp and manipulative to the degree where he could take a motherfucker who had power and fuck your whole head up, manipulate your whole mind and have you twisted. That's power. Mm-hmm. So you had to have power within power to understand that. So a lot of cats used to ask me, well, damn, Cap, how is it you and the nigga got along so well? Or, man, I done seen you check the nigga. I done seen you get aim in this kind of fashion. Well, because he became my homeboy. He was my young homeboy at that. Feel me? So he became my homeboy, just like any of my homies in the streets, you know what I mean, that we grew up together. We argue, we fight, we fuss, we fight, okay, we make up. He was just one of my young homies, you know what I'm saying? The nigga just happened to be a successful millionaire, multi-millionaire. So if the nigga got around with me, I feel like I had to tell him something. I'm going to tell him, I'm going to check his fat ass. I used to call him Fat Boy. Still right now today, I call him Fat Boy. So I used to check him. And he accepted those criticisms of me checking him because he knew I was telling him right, and I was telling him out of love as a real G, as a real homie. See, he had niggas around him who didn't really love him and didn't really care about him, so they was yes mans. I wasn't never his yes boy, and I wasn't none of his boy, and I wasn't none of his security squad. I wasn't one of his bodyguards. I was a business partner of it. Feel me? I was one of the main producers that produced Unfinished Business, a major reality TV show we put together that would have been the biggest TV show in the world. I brought all the TV cameramans out here to South Central, Inglewood, Watts, Compton. You know what I mean? He took some parts of the camera crew to his neighborhood of Compton. But anything in South Central, Watts, LA, WLCC, all the stuff you see on the trailers, I shot that shit. I took the people down there. I took the production people down there, got them the green light and the passes to go to these neighborhoods. I went to Inglewood and hollered at the young homies, because a lot of young homies was against him. They was mad at him. So a lot of neighborhoods we was jumping out of, and we was like, yo, we were Blackball Records. It's a TV show for Suge. Niggas was like, fuck Suge. Cuz, blood, fuck Suge. On me. And I was like, hold on. This Big Cap shit too, homie. I'm the producer. Oh, Big Cap? Oh, okay, that's my nigga, Cap Nino. So it was love, but for him, he had burned a lot of bridges, so Cassie wasn't fucking with him. But still, I respect the man, man. The man gave a lot of jobs, bro. He made a lot of stars. He made a lot of people who right now today got careers because of this dude, man. No matter what, good and bad, and any man, any fallen leader, man, go through, you got to look at his resume of what he done. Now, if he came in the game and all he did was all bad, then the nigga deserved it all bad. Mm-hmm. But Suge got some greatness in him, and he got some good in him, bro, because he did a lot of greatness. He did a lot of fucking good for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Mothers, families, a lot of shit they don't want to give this man his credit for, man. And I think that's very unfair. The dude was sharp. He was book smart as well. See, niggas thought Suge was just some old big old bully, dumb. Man, a lot of cats didn't know the dude's background and history, first and foremost. He got in that position of power by way of Mob James to begin with, period. That's how he got introduced to the whole Piru structure, through Mob James. If it wasn't for James, Suge wouldn't have had no crew, Suge wouldn't have had no power or no situations for us, the Damu car of Compton behind him like that, bro. Mm-hmm. The homie put that shit together. He came to the homie first, not Montreal, his brother, not Heron, not Lip. He didn't come to none of them. He came to James. Sit down, had a conversation with James, bro. And James put this shit together, man. And from that point on, he realized, well, shit, the man with the money has the power, but the man with the money and a crew has more power. Mm-hmm. So when he realized that, that's when shit, he put his wings on, boy. He started flying. You feel me? Because when it first started out, he was still in the learning process and absorbing and like is this shit real? The first year. And once that second year kicked in and he realized, oh man, I got this. He ran with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, I was the devil himself. Just like they labelized him as the devil, I was the devil himself. I put that whole red suit on in 1975, man, in 76. I put the whole suit on. Well, partial of it, 75 and 76, should I say, because I had to play a double role. I had to come home and be this athletic, smart, academic, in school guy, because my mother and father wasn't having it. They was whooping ass. They was disciplined. I come from a family background. I had two parents. My parents wasn't drug addicts. They didn't get caught up in the 80s with the crack epidemic, so I don't have that story. My parents are real parents. Feel me? My siblings, everything. So I come from a family background where I had to play that character role. As soon as I left out that house, I put my shield on. I was in the streets. So I lived a double life, bro. And I lived that shit for 10 years for my parents. They never know. People used to tell my mother, that's your son? Such BJ? My mom said, yeah, that's my baby. She say, oh, Miss Johnson, I hate to tell you, and grown-ups. And they would tell her story. She said, no, you got the wrong, not my baby. That's impossible. Oh, shit. No. He plays ball. He's going to college. He's finna be a professional ball player. You couldn't convince my mother I was the devil, man. But when people were telling her, she wasn't hearing it. So I say that to say, man, it was a time in my life I wore that suit. And I wore it proudly because I lost my parents back to back. And I rebelled against the Father. I rebelled against God. I rebelled against the world. I lost my mother, my father, and my little brother, 17 years old, in between losing my father, then my brother, then my mother. I mean, come on, man. In the early 20s, man, and the crazy part about it, I was worth a meal ticket. So my money was straight. I'm super right. And then that happened. Bro, I didn't lose it mentally as far as going crazy. I just lost it to the point I didn't give a fuck. I was knocking on death's door. I wanted to die. I wanted to join my parents. I didn't give a shit about nothing. Besides my sisters, my siblings, I didn't give a fuck about nothing in my neighborhood. If it wasn't my neighborhood and my siblings, man, I didn't give a shit. So I went hard to the paint. So, again, him being labeled and categorized as the devil at one point in life in his career, he wore that suit. But he wore a white suit as well. One minute, he was a great guy. One minute, he was the devil. Feel me? And you had to really live that life or be around an individual to know individuals to understand it. So that's why we have such a unique relationship, because we understood each other and he understood and respected my ways as a man. And there's no way in life I'll be able to manipulate this dude or buy him off to the point where, I can see his death because the nigga's too powerful mentally.